Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's News Studios. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
And I'm Niketh Karunaratne. We'll start off with the headlines as usual. $150,000 preschool children will receive breakfast from next year. Rice has been issued to the market without any shortage. The Aswasuma allowance for December has been credited to the relevant accounts. The GCE ordinary level examination will be held in March. Former parliamentarian Hirunika Premachandra is on doubt of not receiving a national list parliamentary slot. The story of Yamuna Devi in Jaffna, who earns foreign exchange from palm leaves. 9 Houthis in Yemen have been killed by an Israel air attack.
Now for those and other stories in detail. The government has decided to provide breakfast for 150,000 students of early childhood development centres and preschools next year.
This program has been implemented since 2017.
Senator?
Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that only a sum of 60 rupees is allocated per child at present. He said that it is not sufficient due to an increase in the prices of food items. He added that the cabinet had approved to increase the amount up to 100 rupees. He further said that the grant was supplied to preschools in the non-estate and estate areas only. He also said that the cabinet has decided to provide this grant to all preschools where the majority has malnourished children. It has been planned to construct 10 temporary safety houses to provide security to women who become victims of violence. A grant of 25 million rupees is to be allocated for this program, which will be implemented next year. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the joint proposal to import a maximum of 30,000 metric tons of raw non-iodized salt on or before the 31st of January 2025 through the State Trading Corporation and to supply to the local market. The salt production of Sri Lanka is sufficient to meet the domestic and industrial requirements of the country, and the salt yield depends on weather conditions. It has been observed, however, that there may be a shortage of supplying salt in the domestic market for the domestic and industry requirements in the year 2025 due to bad weather in the country. It has been a timely requirement to conduct a review on non-governmental institutions due to the reasons of not updating the said institutions appropriately to the current requirements, insufficient or inconsistent powers vested in them, the task assigned to said institutions being performed by the private sector more efficiently, and the existence of several institutions that perform the same or similar task. Accordingly, the Cabinet of Ministers has approved the proposal presented by the President to appoint an official committee headed by the Prime Minister's Secretary to conduct such a review and submit a report with the recommendations. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that the Cabinet approval has been granted to increase the retirement age of consultant doctors, medical officers of all grades, consultant dental surgeons, all dentists, all administrative grade medical officers and government registered medical officers up to 63 years. He said that accordingly the retirement age of the medical officers who will retire on the 31st of December will be extended up to 63.
The Welfare Benefits Board says that the elders' allowance given to members over 70 years of age of the Aswasuma beneficiary families for the month of December has been credited to the relevant bank accounts at present. This allowance was credited to the relevant accounts yesterday. Nearly 1.6 billion rupees have been credited to 515,897 beneficiary families.
The Examinations Department says that the GCE ordinary level examination will be held in the month of March. Commissioner General of Examinations Amit Jayasundara says that accordingly, the exam will be held from the 17th to the 26th of March. He stated that further details regarding the examination are available on the hotline 1911 or the telephone number 0112 784 208 0112 784 537 or 0112 786 616.
Chief Executive Officer of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Rajiv Bandaranaike, says that there is a considerable growth in the SCE during the recent past.
Stock market has seen fairly significant levels of increased activity in recent months, supported by growth in prices. We have political stability, which is also important for markets. When you look at a capital market, I think the capital raising function is a significant and important function, and this year has been a record year new capital raising is concerned. So we have seen over 160 billion being raised through the stock market in terms of both equity and debt and also rights issues. The raising of capital by corporates has been, we had another record breaking year for raising of capital. So these are some of the developments that we have seen in the recent past. We are very hopeful of a return of foreign investors to the market next year with the possible re-rating of the country rating. In fact, we are planning International Fund Managers Conference 2 in Colombo in March with a view to attracting and foreign investors back into the market.
A program to enlighten Vidata officers regarding the science policy of the new government was held in Colombo today under the patronage of Minister Professor Krishantha Abesena. The keynote address was delivered by the President's Advisor on Science and Technology, Professor Gomika Udagamasuriya. He stressed that measures have been taken to establish a national committee through a centralized research regulatory body and to present a proper system to conduct research. President's Advisor on Science and Technology, Professor Gomika Udagamasuriya, said that these researchers are scattered throughout the island and different from place to place. He said that on the other hand, the results of the researchers have not been connected to the national economy. He said that in addition, these researchers have been conducted in an ad hoc manner without considering the necessity of the economic aspects. He further said that therefore the government will set up a central research regulatory body to solve these problems. Minister Professor Krishantha Abesena said that at the very outset, he said there would be a renaissance. He said that it is the renaissance in science and technology sector. He added that the Vidata centers should be popularized among the general public. About 300 Vidata officers throughout the island were present on this occasion.
The Ministry of Defence had informed the public to return all sorts of firearms and ammunition issued for citizens for their safety of life before the 21st of last November to review the necessity. The Defence Ministry says that in response to this announcement, 85% of the licensed firearm holders have returned their firearms to the ministry at present. Defence Secretary Air Vice Marshal Sampath Priyankontha said that the decision of the Defence Ministry is to issue one firearm for life safety per person. It is also conducted highly considering the intelligence reports. The appeals presented requesting firearms will be revised and firearms will be checked before the 20th of January next year. Therefore, licensed firearm holders should return their firearms before the deadline. In addition, it has been noticed that the Army and the police have issued considerable amount of firearms and ammunition to civilians during the past period. Therefore, these firearms should be returned to the government before the 31st of December this year. The Defence Ministry requests the relevant firearm holders to return their firearms and ammunition to the nearest police station. Those who fail to do so before the deadline will be sued under the Firearm Ordinance number 33 of 1916.
In the meantime, the Colombo Magistrates Court today issued warrants against Secretary of the Bodubala Sena organization, Venerable Garabadatte Nyanasara Thera, who has been named as a respondent of a case under the charge of insulting Islam, to be arrested and produced before the courts. This warrant was issued since the Thera did not appear before courts today when the relevant case was summoned. The verdict of the case was to be announced today. The lawyer appearing for the respondent told the courts that his client was not in good health to come to the courts. Considering the facts submitted, the additional Colombo magistrate, Pasan Amarasena, postponed the issuing of the verdict up to the 9th of January. The Attorney General today informed the Supreme Court that investigations are underway to trace the whereabouts of the respondent Jude Shamanta Jayamaha, who was sentenced to death in the controversial Rajgiriya Royal Park murder case. The convict has been alleged to have fled the country at present. The relevant case was summoned before a 3-member panel of Supreme Court judges today. The Supreme Court ordered the Attorney General to inform the courts about the progress of the measures that have been taken to bring the convict back to the country. The case is to be resummoned on the 12th of March.
Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jayatissa says that rice has been issued to the market without any shortage. At the Cabinet press briefing here today, he said that this has been done protecting the local paddy farmers. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jayatissa said that 22,000 metric tons of rice have been imported. Another 10,000 metric tons are to be received today. These rice stocks are being distributed at present. Considering the necessity raised in future, the government is ready to change the deadlines of imports and has focused special attention to protect the local paddy farmers. It has imported the maximum amount of rice through Satusa and State Trading General Corporation. The rice is being sold at the government's certified price and no change is made. The government mainly focuses attention to ease the shortage in the market.
රුපියල් ලක්ෂය දක්වා අපේ බලාපොරොත්තුව තිබෙන මේක ලක්ෂ 2 දක්වා වැඩි කරන්නට බදු අය කරන සීමාව. නමුත් මේ මොහොතේදී හදිසියේ ඒ ප්‍රමාණයට යන්න නොහැකි නිසා අපි ලක්ෂ 1.5 දක්වා බදු අය කර ගන්නා සීමාව වැඩි කරනවා. මේ වෙන විට මේ pay tax එකේ සංශෝධනය අත්‍යවශ්‍යයි.
Views regarding the revision of pay tax. Cabinet spokesman Minister Dr. Nalindra Jayatissa said that the tax limit is at 100,000 rupees. The government expects to increase the limit up to 200,000 rupees. However, it is not possible at this juncture. Therefore, the limit has been increased up to 150,000 rupees. A revision of the pay tax is essential because this has forced many professionals to leave the country. Therefore, the government has given a certain concession for the employees. The minister also answered the question raised by the journalists regarding the money granted to some politicians from the President's Fund. Minister Dr. Nalindra Jayatissa said that he doesn't think that these money has been granted to alleviate poverty, increase knowledge or promotion of religion. For general public, it is a very difficult process to get another 200 or 250,000 rupees for a heart surgery or any other treatment. Many people do not get the requested amount. However, when we look at this list, politicians have taken money from the President's Fund from the year 2005 up to now.
In the meantime, representatives of the national television recently visited Jaffna looking for women in the palm-grown area who contributed a lot to Sri Lanka's national economy. The national television presents the story of Yamuna Devi in Jaffna with a sense of pride over their commitment and resolve. This is a craft-making centre in the island of Punkudutiv in Jaffna using palm leaves as raw material. There are 12 female youth engaged in this industry. Some are carrying out their business at home, while another set is doing it at this craft centre. Earlier, they manufactured traditional kitchen utensils such as winnowing fans and baskets. However, the demand for traditional items has decreased at present. Thereby, these creative crafts women have been able to produce innovative items for the foreign market. Yamuna Devi said that they export their crafts to several countries including Canada, England and Germany. She said that they export market bags, dustbins, tissue boxes, sewing boxes, hats, hand fans and several items. All these items are produced using raw materials obtained from the palm tree. Many items are being manufactured using the tender leaves of the palm tree. Yamuna Devi said that especially foreigners are very fond of our traditional designs. She said that they prefer Sri Lankan palm crafts to Indian palm crafts. She said that the Export Development Board helps them a lot in the opening market opportunities for their produce. Yamuna Devi said that the Export Development Board introduces export market for our items. She said that they also directed them for foreign training. She added that they also participated in an exhibition held in Manila. She further said that they are grateful to the Export Development Board for the support they have extended. These women in Jaffna say that they are very proud and very happy of their ability to contribute to earn foreign exchange for the country. It is significant that they have orders from the foreign market for next year as well. Yamuna Devi said that they have received many orders from Canada. She also said that Britain also orders their items annually. She added that they especially manufacture various craft items for special orders given from British cafeterias. She also said that another order has been received from Germany to provide craft items for their annual cultural festival.
In other news, former President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the opposition should always criticize the economic-related issues based on the IMF policy framework. He made these remarks issuing a statement to the media today. Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he informs the opposition that just criticizing the government actions is not fruitful. He added that it is the duty of the opposition to criticize the government. He further said that, however, the criticism should be based on the framework of IMF agreement.
Former parliamentarian of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya, Hirunika Premachandra, says that she has a doubt whether the party and its leadership are not satisfied with her commitments to the party, since she was not given a chance in the national list. She made these remarks at a press briefing held in Colombo today. Former parliamentarian of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya, Hirunika Premachandra, said that she made a request to appoint her for a vacancy of the national list if the party would field a female by any chance. However, the party has decided not to provide an opportunity for a female candidate this time. She claimed that she was the most suitable person if the party decided to name a woman for the national list. She further said that portfolios or designations are not necessary when doing politics. She also said that if the party named her to the national list, she would achieve the duty very well both for the party members and the general public. She said that, however, she did not get the opportunity to enter the parliament through the national list.
Now, Deputy Minister Dr. Madhura Sinivaratne says that plans required to develop education from primary level to professional level have been prepared at present. He stated that Nuwara town will be developed as a hub of educational, agricultural and tourism sectors. The Deputy Minister made these remarks participating in a program organized in line with the 165th anniversary of St. Xavier's College in Nuwara, which is considered the oldest trilingual school in Sri Lanka. The Deputy Minister is an old boy of the school. The excellent intellectuals created by the school were offered with awards and souvenirs. This ceremony was organized by the 77th Old Boys Association of the school. Dr. Jagannathan and several others were present at this occasion.
We have had our hands on promoting education, mathematics, English, and also we had the great opportunity of helping a research team came from a university which was done by the Ministry of Education under the head research. As we mentioned, we said parents are stakeholders, the teachers are stakeholders, the past pupils are stakeholders. In fact, I did a research paper and published in one of the international journals of the contributions made by the old boys, plus the student is a stakeholder. So all these four stakeholders should come forward to build up their institution. Their institution prospers, definitely the city will prosper. The city prospers, definitely Sri Lankans as a nation, we will definitely prosper and we will go forward.
Hopefully we have plans, we have policies, we are implementing those things, and we have short-term, mid-term and long-term plans. We have drafted plans. They are not fantasies actually. They are grassroots plans. We took long time to draft those things as a technical plans actually. What I am emphasizing is that we are targeting these short-term, mid-term and long-term needs to fulfill to get the benefits from all the citizens to all the citizens. And we believe education and the health should access universally those things. And government should be responsible for all the needs. So as a government, we are thorough with that, and we believe in near future we will start in implementing those things and you will feel the difference. So trust us, we will do the things.
And now let's take a look at some more local news items in brief. The Colombo International Media Research Conference was held at the BMICH today. It was organized for the first time jointly by the Ministry of Mass Media and the Department of Government Information. The aim of this conference is to initiate a global discourse on the national responsibility and to create an international forum to highlight the right to information, media freedom and professionalism in the media sector. Intellectuals and mass media professionals submitted their researches at this forum. The keynote address was delivered by Professor of South Korean Cyber University Eric Park via Zoom. Veterans of the media sector and a group of intellectuals were present on this occasion. The Kothalavala Defence University has started a workshop for the first time in the world on the 16th of this month to train 100 brand ambassadors on protecting brain health. The workshop will conclude tomorrow. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa participated in the workshop today as the chief guest. Chancellor of the Kothalavala Defence University, Rear Admiral HGU Dhammika Kumara, was also present on this occasion. The awarding ceremony of the Literary Division of the National Literature and Arts Competition was held at the Temple Trees yesterday. The aim of this move is to polish the creative skills of the community with disabilities. Awards were presented under several sectors including verse, prose, short stories and lyrical writing. Parliamentarians Sugat Vasantha Silva and several others were present on this occasion. Parliamentarian Sugat Vasantha Silva said that generating literary taste is a work of blessed people. He said that due to the creation on literary taste, a plethora of feelings is generated within the connoisseur. He added that on the other hand, this will in return increase the blessing of the creator. He further said that enduring physical and mental disabilities, they arouse pleasure within the individuals. He also said that therefore they are really blessed people.
තාවක් දරා ගනිමින් සාක්ෂරතාවයත් පත් කර ගනිමින් අතිශය දුෂ්කර ජීවන ගමන් මගක් ඔස්සේ එන මේ නිර්මාණකරුවන් භාග්‍යවන්ත කාරණාවක්.
The Norwegian ambassador to Sri Lanka, Mayalin Stena, met opposition leader Sajit Premadasa today at the opposition leader's office. They exchanged views regarding social, economical, political and cultural relations of Sri Lanka. The Norwegian ambassador stated that her country is ready to extend its support to Sri Lanka at any time. And stay tuned from news from overseas after this break.
Dengue, 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 dengue. Dengue, 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 dengue.
A total commitment by everybody, every day, will help control dengue. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Welcome back, and on foreign news, a series of Israeli air attacks have been launched on Yemen's capital and a port city, killing at least 9 people. Israeli troops have launched strikes against ports and energy infrastructure in Houthi-held parts of Yemen early today and has threatened more attacks against the Iran-aligned militant group, which has launched hundreds of missiles at Israel over the past year. As Israeli jets were in the air, the Israeli military has said that it intercepted a missile headed towards central Israel, which destroyed a school building in the western part of Tel Aviv, with what a military spokesperson described as falling shrapnel.
At least 13 people have died and 2 more are missing after an Indian Navy speedboat ploughed into the side of a passenger ferry off the coast of Mumbai. Maharashtra State Chief Minister said that 3 Navy personnel are among the dead, while more than 100 people have been rescued. The Indian Navy said there had been an engine malfunction. An inquiry has been ordered to find out what led to the collision. The privately owned ferry was making its way to the Elephanta Caves, a popular tourist destination, when it was hit by the speedboat at about 1600 local time yesterday. Search and rescue operations for the 2 final missing passengers were still ongoing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had offered condolences to the families of the victims of the incident and called the incident saddening. He also announced 200,000 rupee for the families of the deceased, as well as 50,000 rupees for those injured in the accident. This is the second such incident in a month. Now, Hambantota Bangla Tigers won the final match of the Lanka T10 League Cricket Tournament today by 27 runs, defeating the Jaffna Titans.
The match was played at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. All these matches of the tournament were live telecast by the Channel Eye of the national television. Jaffna Titans won the toss and decided to field first. The Hambantota Bangla Tigers scored 133 runs for 7 wickets in their 10 overs. Muhammad Shahzad and Siobhan Daniel scored 26 runs each. Trevin Matthew claimed 2 wickets for 18 runs. Chasing a victory target of 134 runs, the Jaffna Titans only scored 107 runs for 6 wickets in their 10 overs. Tom Abel scored 54 runs. Richard Gleeson claimed 3 wickets. Accordingly, the Hambantota Bangla Tigers became the champions of the Lanka T10 League cricket tournament.
Long levers being used.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. I'm Delanjali, together with Niket, signing off. Good night.
Good night.